Hello, everybody. Welcome to some more Inconsistent Bookworm. And I know I did it last time, and I try to space these out a little further, but I can't help it. I've actually been trying to dig through it more. We're jumping back into Dragon Ball Super. This one with Volume 4. And as you can see, we got Goku Black, who's now Goku Rose. I was about to combine those. And of course, the other world Zamas. Now, those who are trying to catch up, pretty much Goku and Vegeta are trying to fight this otherworldly Goku who is been pretty much body swapped with this lack of a better way to put it. It's this like super deity who doesn't believe that living beings should be around because they're too barbaric and evil. Named Zamas. Now, I gave my opinions and I thought it's like, okay, the fight's kind of going just a little long. It kind of feels a little back and forth, but not in a very good way. And I will say this much: if you had problems with the fact that it did a lot of that, or did quite a bit of that third one, this volume's gonna bore you. And I will say that was like my biggest gripe because this is a quick read. It's just not a particularly interesting read. Trying to describe it real fast, and I will let you know this is probably not going to be a long review because 90% of this is action. It's just Goku, Vegeta, just fighting against Zamasu and Goku Black, who they combine pretty early on to make, I guess, Sumaku? I don't know what the hell to call this thing. They just call it, I think you just call it Zamasu and Goku's body. And because that Zamos is able to regenerate because they have immortality, they are pretty much indestructible, and Goku and Vegeta learn this. Now, of course, at the end of it, or end of Volume 3, Goku and Vegeta figure out, it's like, oh, well, what if I use the one, like, technique that Master Roshi used to seal away, or Master Roshi's, I believe, teacher used to seal away Piccolo, or King Piccolo, way back when. What if I try that? And I will just let you know they tried it, doesn't work. Like 90% of this is just action, and one part of it is just like, oh, here I'm learning how to do this thing, so that way I can try and defeat this bad guy, and it doesn't succeed. Ugh. It's kind of the problem with this particular arc is that you have such a powerful villain that, and he's not this, just like, oh, I'm just gonna. He does gloat and just jabber on sometimes needlessly, but very obviously, like, he has to be more powerful than the heroes, or else they would just wipe the floor with him like it's nothing. But it's to the detriment of the actual story because just Goku and Vegeta are able to sort of hold their own, but then they start losing, and oh darn, and that's kind of the end of it. It's like, okay, like they combine briefly to make Vegeta, which is cool, but they don't really, they can't keep it forever because now it suddenly has a time limit. Though I swore that that wasn't the case in the original manga. I will have to eventually read that, but I don't remember that being a thing in the anime or anything. So I'm like, what? So now it has an hour limit? Okay, I swore that was just regular fusion dance. It's it's weird. It's odd that they make that retcon. It's like, I swore it was permanent. Well, permanent as long as they were wearing earrings, because that's the big thing. They wear the portrait or Portuna earrings or whatever they call it. It's it's just it's just not as interesting as it wants to be. The villain here, Zamasu, and for lack of a better way, Zamasu and Goku. Yeah, it sounds dirty. They're just, it's a basic villain plot. It's like, oh, I'm an evil god who wants to destroy all of the earth and destroy all of humanity. Woo, woo, woo. I'm evil. I've seen this before. You've seen it in Dragon Ball as well. And on top of that, he's powerful for powerful sake. He's unable to be defeated simply because he was given the cheat codes. And worse yet, it's like, okay, well, why don't you just have like Beerus go there and do his thing where boop and makes him fucking disappear? It's like it's odd. It doesn't make a lot of sense in that regard. There's weird jumps in logic to a little too much. Like I know Dragon Ball does tend to do that. This I was hoping to avoid it, especially since realistically the first few arcs were actually kind of good. I enjoyed the first few volumes. This feels like it just treaded water the entire way. It's not the worst. The action still looks good. Like the artwork's still fantastic. But damn, if you don't care what's happening is the biggest problem. And that's an issue. You can't have something where you know that the heroes cannot win, but the bad guys shouldn't win either. It makes for an uninteresting fight. It's the inverse of what happens in Avengers in Infinity War, where you know that they have no chance of beating Thanos, but it's still like they get good licks in, but you almost get this hope that they're able to defeat him. Like they almost do really get a chance to beat his ass. And they get this close, and it's like, oh, damn it. Quite honestly, it feels constant, like the heroes are just getting beaten the shit out of. They're maybe kind of hurting him a little, but oh, wait, he's got the cheat code for infinite lives. It doesn't matter. Woo. I don't know. I'm really torn. I will let y'all know. I've also already read Volume 5. I will give my thoughts on that eventually. Just because it is... I will just let you know it's the end of the Goku Black arc. But I will give this much. Despite this being the longest of the arcs that's introduced at the beginning of Dragon Ball Super, because let's just be honest, the first tournament arc that happened, the pretty much big one, it took place over the course of about a manga and a half. And it's not as interesting as you'd want it to be. I think it would have been more interesting if this Goku Black was at a different Earth or it was at a different time. Because literally there's no stakes beyond the fact that they want to defeat Goku Black and just keep him from being able to go to different dimensions and different timelines. That's it. That's all there is to it. It's like, okay, well, it's like, I think you need to see a little bit better. Just because they're finding this like destroyed cities. Like, okay, well, you just nuke the damn place. Who cares? Yeah, sorry this is a really short one on Dragon Ball Super. To be fair, like I said, you'll be able to read this bitch in like 10, 20 minutes, if that. Like, you'll flip through this bitch. Okay. Like, the only kind of cool thing is watching, and even then, I think it takes, you would have to see it like colorized, is seeing Vegeta fighting as a Super Saiyan God, which still doesn't 100% explain. It's just like Vegeta's able to do it just because Goku could. It's like, okay, thanks. Pardon. So yeah, I guess it's hard. I'm reading the others, but I will say it's like I was actually still interested in what ended up happening at the end of 5. Like that actually gave me something to look forward to. But hey, let me know your opinions on 4. If you dug all the action and didn't care about the fact the plot did not move forward, I'm just not going to be able to let that go for a bit. But hey, until then, I will see you all later because I got a little bit more I need to get into. So until then, bye-bye, everybody.